This really is a case where the applicant, through no fault of their own, lost 21 feet of property on the frontage of Windmill Drive for improvements to the intersection of Central Avenue and Windmill Drive. As part of the Delaware Department of Transportation's SR 26 Mainline Improvement Project, specifically their desire to upgrade and construct detour routes while Route 26 was closed during construction.
That's all?
That's it.
That's all you have?
No, I got.
That's all you got. Is there someone here representing? Would you please come forward and be sworn in?
You can just stand right there. Please say your name.
Zach Crouch with Davis Blunder Fidel.
And Mr. Crouch, you swear to tell the truth before the board today.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Yes, the request today is, just a little bit of history. Was that, the property was actually annexed into the town with R2 zoning back in 2005, 2006, I believe. And then as part of that application, there was a site plan that was provided which originally had 4 single-family lots there, and that was before the DelDOT dedication of the right-of-way, or taking of the right-of-way. Since then, the project was put on hold just because of the additional land, the 21 feet, I think it was, that DelDOT took from the property. And from now, we submitted an application for that variance to have just 2 parcels. And by doing that, we noticed that the depth of the parcel, which is required by town to be 100 feet, I mean, we're only at 94 or 96 feet, 94 feet. And, out of no case to the owners of the property, if DelDOT took less than that, only 10 feet, we wouldn't be here today, but 24 to the 21 feet kind of put us over that took that much land where we don't have the depth of 21 feet or 100 feet. Before we actually even submitted the application, I wanted to at least confirm with DelDOT that we could get a second access point. And we do have, actually I just got it yesterday. I mean, I can submit for the record. We do have enter plan approval for both of those lots because I didn't want to come in front of this body if we weren't going to get an entrance for them. So I do have an approval, and then I can submit this for the record if you want me.
Would you submit that for the record? We can just, the town clerk will take note of that, and we can just give
So,
it to the town clerk.
Just in case there's any questions in reference to, can you get a second entrance? Because we did move forward with that just so that there's no questions. So what I can do, I mean, it's pretty much straightforward, but I mean, I could go through this whole variance and all the questions. I mean, I think there was 5 questions in reference to the uniqueness of the property and the cause of this, which was not a cause by the property owners themselves, which is the request for the variance, which was part of the application. So I can kind of do whatever. I just don't want to.
I can confirm that after reading Mr. Krause's application, that everything, the questions, everything that was answered is correct and factual.
I'd like to take a look at some of the site plans, gentlemen, to see which one would be more beneficial for us to know. This one was
Yeah, I mean, that is actually the proposal of the 2 lots. The hatched area in front is actually the hatched area that DelDOT took from the property. Okay. Yeah, so this area here is the plot book page, which DelDOT took that portion of the property,
okay.
which is the 21 feet. And then That's what made the parcels non-conforming.
Okay. And they want to put the two new properties here,
Yes, that's correct.
and they'll be single-family homes.
Yes, that is correct. And the two entrances, just like I said, have been approved by BOA, which is the letter I just submitted for the record, just so, you know.
Any questions?
Yes, I do. Looking at the plot here, it looks like even though the lot is going to be shorter by 6 feet, construction, whatever's built, will still be able to meet the front and rear and side setbacks.
100%. All the setbacks, there's no variance request for the setbacks. The setbacks are as is per code. So the only request for variance is just the depth of the
Okay.
parcel itself.
And the properties that will be built, they will face Windmill, and those driveways will be exiting
Yes,
and
sir,
entering
that is correct.
on Windmill. Okay.
Other questions, gentlemen? Madam Solicitor, any questions?
Nothing from me.
Mr. Semino?
Members of the
Okay, are you finished? I mean,
Yes.
have you completed? Have you
Unless y'all want,
I don't want to say that, it didn't come out right.
Understand.
Have you completed your presentation, sir?
yes, unless there's specific questions,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, thank you, you may sit down.
Okay, thank you.
Now, is there anyone in here today that would like to talk for or against? Please come forward and be sworn in.
Sharon Denoto. I live in the Wedgefield property. I don't have any position for or against. More is curiosity of where will the homes be, because they will back up to some of the properties. I'm on the board at Wedgefield. I'm not just a nosy neighbor. I was curious as to where the properties will back up to, because they will back up to some of our homes, where the driveways will be in relation to the pathway that is there that we use that goes from, pardon me, Windmill to the main part of Windmill, how close they will be in proximity. That's some of our concerns. I understand the variance. Does that mean that's from the front of the house to Central Avenue? Or is the variance, is that the footage on the back,
for the overall length of
the structures?
the overall length of the lot. The house will meet all the setback requirements for R2. They're not asking for any requirements. The lot, because of the improvements Delta made, is 6 feet shorter than it should be.
My other question was, because I don't know exactly where the lot is that pep-up fill tank on their property, or is it common?
Backs up to lot 35 and
'Cause-
lot 34.
Because somewhere in here, I thought there's a pep-up.
I think they're down here a little further.
Okay, so it's not.
Yeah, the
anywhere-
pep-up tanks wouldn't be on somebody else's parcel of land.
Yeah, I was just curious, because I know is this where the shed is?
This is the
That's
shed.
where the shed is. So this is closer up, and I think our walking path maybe is
Yep,
here?
it would be on land not owned by the Irwins.
Right, I was just
Yep.
curious as to, exactly, because I was imagining it past the walking path. No,
Shouldn't.
there were all the red flags for all our decorations, all the red flags. Okay, that was my only question. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Anyone else have a comment? Yes, ma'am, please come forward.
Marcia Dudley, and I'm also, I live in Wedgefield, which I'll be seeing these houses. I guess our question, and I don't know if we have any sharing or anything about the houses that will be put there, but going back to when they came and extended the street, they took, and I may have to go, well, DelDOT, they won't do anything about it, but they took our access over to Wedgefield. And as a result, they put a driveway that actually, where Pep-Up uses. Well, we have to go over to that driveway, I'm just telling you this, we have to go over on some of that property because DelDOT took our well, we had a walkway with a, you know, one of those big pipes and stuff. Well, that's gone. So we have been walking, you know, where, because where Pepper comes in is gonna be on your property, because to put their, to fill their tanks. So I'm looking at it in because the stakes are there. And so I'm just wondering, I'm just asking your people if they are gonna let us walk so we can walk over it and take the drive, take the way to get across the.
Well, that's not really something they can.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think,
I was just,
I don't
They have
think,
no obligation for that.
I don't think the developer can answer that question. I mean, they're gonna sell it to two individual homeowners.
right,
And as a homeowner, I would
Right.
have to say, I wouldn't want Pep-Up using my driveway. And I really wouldn't want people walking across, I wouldn't want
that's
to,
my point
I wouldn't-
exactly.
I wouldn't want to
need-
invite people to
Right,
walk across
right.
my property because there's an inherent liability.
So the same thing that took your footage, took our walkway. So I'm just telling you, we're sort of in, they'll probably do this, but you know, I'm just saying that that's.
But they can't make a decision based on your walkway being
No,
where
I'm
it is. Yeah.
I'm not really asking, what I'm just saying, I'm pointing out to you, that we got screwed too. You did it and we did, so it's just, but you know, if maybe they'll move, maybe, Pep-Up will move their driveway.
They're gonna have to, because unless they have an easement on this property, which the title search says they don't have an easement, they can't trespass on somebody else's
Right.
property.
So it's a little complicated, and anyway, I just wanted to point that
Thank
out,
you.
that
Okay.
was also.
Thank you very much. Anyone else have a comment?
I had one question for her.
Certainly.
So,
Please come back up.
you're testifying for the variance?
No, I'm not, I'm testifying from Wedgefield, and I'm just telling you what Wedgefield is living with.
Are you for or against?
I'm not,
You don't have a
I,
position?
You're
exactly.
neutral. You just want people to know that that exists.
I just wanna know that there are some of the things and we have had, you know, they won't put up what they took down,
Mhm.
so.
Okay, fine.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other questions or comments, gentlemen? Mr. Semino, any questions or comments?
No, ma'am.
Madam Solicitor?
Nothing for me.
Madam Clerk? Nothing from you? Okay. Then let's make a motion, please.
I make a motion to approve the variance based on the uniqueness of the fact that it's a corner lot and the state took 21 feet of it, resulting in a depth of 94 feet versus 100. And also the possibility of development. It's non-conforming through no fault of their own. And the fact that it's not going to affect the setbacks at all.
Okay. Any other comments? Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion has carried. Thank you very much. Do
Thank you.
we have any other business regarding only this? No? Then I would say that the meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your comments.